Now, after losing everything due to her alcohol addiction, Kerryn Moore overcame her struggles after undergoing various treatments. Now, soon after that, she became a member of Mompreneur SA and started making soap in her kitchen to supplement her household income. She is now the founder of Soapify, the company that makes luxurious bath and beauty products using quality ingredients. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, I'm looking at you now and I see this beautiful, smart, successful, bright-eyed woman, but 4 years ago, the picture of you would have been very different. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
So growing up, I was actually quite a perfectionist. I was quite a control freak. I did very well at school. I was prefect in primary school, prefect in high school, student representative. And then I got to like my mid-20s, and that's when the wheels started falling off.
Really?
And I'm an extremist, so everything I do, I do to the extreme.
So just going through stuff in life and not coping and then having to drink, like booze it off.
Yes, so I was literally drinking from 6 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
While still working, trying to carry on with my life. And it got to a point where I actually just couldn't cope anymore and I was broken.
What does alcoholism look like? Like, how do you pull off, how do you pull off drinking like that and then going to work? How can you be functional through alcoholism?
So I was semi-functional. My family and my partner, they knew there was obviously an issue. But people around me, I'm sure they could smell it, but I could just say it was from the night before. But I used to sort of, what I would say to myself is it's controlled, but I would drink a certain thing at a certain time to try and keep myself sort of okay throughout the day. But the reality is that if you're drinking from 6 o'clock in the morning, no matter how much it is, and if you're drinking because you are no longer able to function without a substance or using, and I used other stuff as well. If you're doing that to function, you're not living a life, and it's out of control.
You're escaping. You want to be elsewhere.
Constantly.
So what then happened for you to change? What was the catalyst for you to seek help?
It got to a point I did have a suicide attempt. I got help, and they sort of went, it was my anxiety and my depression. But I wouldn't go to the fact that the reason I had the anxiety and the depression was because I was a chronic alcoholic. That was the cause of it. And it got to a point where I wasn't able to actually sort of control myself anymore. I was falling apart at the seams. I was depressed. I had constant anxiety. I couldn't even hold a pencil or do anything. I was completely dependent. And I needed a way out. I needed to do something. I couldn't carry on living my life like that.
Then towards the end of your treatment, you fell pregnant, and that completely changed your life.
Yes, it did.
What a gift. What a gift.
At the time, I was like, why is this happening to me? I can't even look after myself. And it was the exact thing that needed to happen at that exact moment. Because once I gave birth to my little boy, Eli, something just changed in me. Where I was struggling, even while I was pregnant, I was struggling every single day not to pick up. I did 11 months of treatment in 4 different treatment centers, and I just couldn't get it. I couldn't stay clean. I'd come out after 4 months, 1 week later, pick up and be back in treatment. And the minute I laid eyes on my son, it was like something went off in my head, and I knew that this was no longer an option. Picking up was no longer an option.
And you just celebrated 4 years clean, so he was definitely the gift that kept on giving. So then you obviously needed to supplement your income, and I'm pretty sure your son was a really good reason to start something. So you started Soapify.
Yes.
So how did you start that, and how did you come up with the idea?
So I was working...
Clean soap.
I just made that connection. I still do it. I work in treatment centers doing art therapy and music therapy, where I speak a lot to other addicts, try and give them hope and inspiration. But it wasn't enough to be able to provide the life that I wanted for my son. My partner said to me, you know, you need to do something to like give us extra spending money, to do holidays, to do different things, to spoil ourselves. And so he said, just think you're creative, do something. So I said, I'm gonna make soap. And they looked at me like, okay, old Kerryn, she's gonna start this, 5 weeks later it's gonna be done, and she's gonna move on to the next thing. And as soon as they said it to me, I was like, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it properly. And I started in my kitchen, and it just, I am naturally creative, I always have been. I'm very into the arts, I teach dancing as well. And it just grew, and I just had more and more ideas, and I just kept on pushing. And that's where Mommy Moore came in.
Tell me about your relationship with Mommy Moore.
So I was selling like little bits here and there, but I wasn't getting the exposure that I needed to actually, you know, let people see my products. It's quite hard actually to get the sort of viewers to see your products and actually see what you're capable of doing. So I started advertising on, I used to buy from Mommy Moore, so I was a member, and I saw what other moms were doing, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. So I signed up to be a part of Mommy Moore, and I started posting my ads 3 times a week, and then I started seeing results. And then in 2018, I entered the Mommy Moore Awards, and I ended up winning the Newcomer of the Year award, which for me was
amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. And it was just the confidence boost I needed. For so many years, not believing in myself, not thinking I was good enough, not thinking my stuff's good enough. Having somebody else or other people tell me that yes, you are, it gave me that confidence boost that I needed. And then it just grew even bigger. And I still post every week on Mommy Moore.
Beautiful.
It's a very big part of where I am today.
You know, I always hear these women say how having a child is the most rewarding and the most beautiful thing that can ever happen to them. But I think to be in a situation where you literally are reminded of being conscious to be your best self every single day for someone else is, I mean, wow. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done. And well done on your soap. Is it amazing? Does it smell nice and is it great? What makes it so different? I heard you've even got like little soap dough for kids in the bar.
Yes. So like, it's not just a normal bar of soap. There are bars of soap that look like lemon meringue pie, exactly like a piece of lemon meringue pie, and it smells like lemon meringue pie.
Oh, amazing.
I've got a huge kiddies range of Lego men and dinosaurs and unicorns. I've got cupcakes.
We cannot live without Soapify. Go buy some now.
Thank you. So it's and I custom make. So people call me and they say I've got a function or a baby shower, and they say, can you do this sort of thing in this color at this price? And I work around it and I custom make things.
Amazing. All of the details will be on the Afternoon Express website so that we can all get ourselves some fabulous Soapify soap. Thank you.